Okay, so I'm Beck Lane, and this is Catalyst. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm Beck Lane, and this is Catalyst and Company, and this is my very long hair, where we're catalysts in each other's lives as well as our own, and we just keep working at being the artists we've always wanted to be. You're going to hear a lot of noise. My reception for this space just ended, but there's a large echo in here. We also have a lot of homeless people walking up and down the street. It's the area that we're in. I have neighbors overhead who walk like elephants, and then this door behind me does that all, whenever it's shut, it just like slams open and shut all the time. So, or tries to slam open and shut. So there's going to be different noises. I apologize. Anyway, the reception for, the first reception for my time here at Gaze Gallery, Creative Liberties space, Gaze Gallery in the Arcos building in Sarasota just ended. We did it, we had a nice turnout, especially for the time of day. It's on a Thursday from 5 to 7. It's not really ideal, but it is what it is, and we will do something else. I talked to Barbara and Elizabeth, who run the space, and we talked about doing this again. I've also talked to people about doing an artist talk. I talked to a number of different people who run different organizations about how that I work with. How can we bring people in? Not for me, but how can we utilize the space to help them as well? Oh my God, the people that showed up, I have goosebumps. I'm so excited. My friends at Sea Alliance came. I'm talking to some people, some visitors. We stepped out into the hallway because there is a large echo, and it was hurting my ears. All the noise in here, all the people talking was hurting my ears. So we stepped out there so we could talk, and I'm showing them things and showing them pictures. And I'm showing them work that I had done for, some work that I had done for Sea Alliance, and talking about those kids. They're 20, Xander and Anya, and telling them who they are. And I saw a movement out of the corner of my eye, and I looked over and I went, oh my God, came back and I went, oh my God, they're here. Xander and Anya from Sea Alliance are here, they're here. It was like rock stars walked into my house. I almost peed myself. I love them so much. I love their courage. I love their strength, their determination. I love how kind and respectful they are of people in different age groups and different understandings of how things should be. They're teaching me how to speak new languages, a new language, a youth-oriented language, and an open language. They're teaching me how not to rely on things that I've known for decades to be the truth about people. It's just, I'm learning so much from them, and I respect them and love them so much. I still can't believe they were here. I can't believe they were here. But I also had, we had so many people. We had the artist, Tom Ford was here. Michael, oh my God, Michael's name just went out of my head. He was here helping my friend Judy, who does artwork. She does jewelry design, but she's a docent at the museum. She's a docent at another place. She's a thingamabob over there, a board member over there. She's unbelievable. She was here. God, there were a number of people that came from different art organizations and friends. So not just, oh gosh, it was me, it was wonderful. But I also had a gentleman named Cliff McDonald, who I'm looking forward to working with on the mural project. He he's not in a pressure way. I'm not putting pressure on him. It's just having his name attached to it is going to mean the world to me, as it will mean the world to so many other people. So we were talking about how we can help introduce the idea of doing murals and public art projects to people who maybe wouldn't think they would be welcome to doing murals here in Sarasota. We were talking about how to utilize the space, how to utilize the opportunities we could create with the highwaymen and bringing people in. So that was exciting. My friend Ro was here. We've known each other since Furniture Warehouse, where it was just a train wreck of a job and an awful boss. We talked about that, but we also talked about her organization and how she can build opportunities for her organization through this mural project, through creating her own mural projects. You know, some of what we're going to be doing is having meetings here and teaching people who wouldn't know that they're welcome to propose artwork to the city, showing them the steps. And so it's very exciting, all the things that we can do, in this space. And, you know, I don't mention it because, oh, I'm so wonderful. It's like, this is how I believe all artists should behave. Oh, because I'm such a pillar of the community. I had several people say to me over the years, you know, you have to help yourself. You shouldn't help other people. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. It's not how I think. It's not how I operate. And it's not how we should be as human beings. I got mine. I just find that reprehensible. So I'm taking, I can't even say this whole thing is a we. Even the space is a we. When we are working on the mural project, there are artists I am inviting to come and sit, and if they sell something, they get whatever, they get a percentage of the sale. And then of course a percentage of my sale goes to either the models that I have used, or it goes to people on the street, people that are out here on the street and they need money. It's just part of what you do. This is part of what you're supposed to do as a human being, period. End of story. So I'm very excited about that, but also I think in learning to have that type of attitude and being stalwart about it, it's pissed a lot of people off, because I'm not like, no, it's not about me, and it's not about you. It's about us. It's about we. I know I've pissed people off. I've frustrated a bunch of people, and I don't really give a shit. I don't give a shit. You cannot operate that way. So, but in not being able to operate that way at all anymore, as I've grown as an artist and had so many experiences, it's taken a lot of experiences for me to be comfortable being like, oh yeah, it's not all about me. Anywho, I've also met people like Bill and Denise Cowell, and they were just here. Bill and Denise run Chalk Fest. It's an international it's an international art festival that has been held in various locations. And this year it's going to be downtown. It's going to be in Burn Square, here in Sarasota. And it's going to be a big deal, a massively big deal. They have artists coming from all over the world, including Italy, who will be doing not just chalk art, but painting. And it's a 3-day festival, or actually November 8th to November 10th, so it's 2 days. It's that weekend anyway, with cleanup by midnight on the 10th. So it's going to be a pretty wild weekend. But there'll be people painting, there'll be people doing chalk art. There will also be people doing floral carpets. So they're taking dried flower petals and herbs and coffee beans and chickpeas and doing these massive murals out of these natural materials that will then will end with a parade and people parading right down the center of all this magnificent artwork. So I've met people like that are warm and welcoming, and they want to help and they want to extend a hand. And while they were here, my friend Cliff McDonald was here, and he does the same thing. And so now I was like, Cliff, you've got to meet Denise and Bill. And now Denise and Bill and Cliff are going to get together and talk about how Cliff might be able to help out or volunteer or even do artwork. or bring in some kids from the organizations that he works with. You know, we've been able to build this community in a city that has been deeply red and hateful, absolutely hateful, and all about greed and me, very Trump, very Trump. I feel so fortunate that I'm kind of at the center of a number of groups where they're turning the tide, like Sea Alliance, they're turning the tide on that. These kids are pushing people aside. But they're also connected to Bill and Denise with Chalk Fest through Avenue of Art, where I did 11 illustrations. And I also got other artists, transgender artists, other artists to come in and work on pieces. It's just very exciting to be a part of that. I haven't felt this excited or this welcome since the Obama years, really. I don't think I even felt that welcome then, but there was always the hope of welcome. But now it is here, and I think this is, with all these people, there is going to be a force. There is going to be a wave of love and kindness and generosity and understanding, and an utter and complete lack of patience with hatred. And it's coming, and it's coming hard, and it's coming fast, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. Even if it's just as a fringe character, I'm very excited to be a part of it. That said, I was at, oh my God, I can't believe Xander and Anya were here. I'm so happy. I stopped by Sea Alliance today because I had dropped off artwork last week and I hadn't heard from anyone. I stopped by to see if they liked it. Xander went out of his mind, and he was like hugging me. They're buying special lighting for it, which is really nice. But they're also doing a graphic that they're going to release publicly, stating that I am the official artist for Sea Alliance. And that means the world to me. That means the world to me. If you don't know who they are, please look up Sea Alliance, and I'll try and remember to put a link down below. It is SEE Alliance. SEE Alliance. Xander's name is Xander Moritz. M-O-R-I-C-Z. M-O-R-I-C-Z. And if you don't know, when Don't Say Gay went into effect here in Florida, Xander was not only out as a young gay man in high school, but he and his best friend Anya formed Sea Alliance as kind of a straight LGBTQ alliance group. You know, they kind of a space for everybody. But when Don't Say Gay went into effect, Xander was the valedictorian. He was pulled into the principal's office and told, if you mention being gay in your valedictorian speech, we will shut off your mic and pull you off the stage. Xander, you look him up, Xander, Z-A-Z-A-N-D-E-R, M-O-R-I-C-Z. He's famous for this now. He equated having curly hair, or being gay, to having curly hair. Everyone knows I have, off comes the mortarboard, everyone knows I have curly hair. All the kids knew he was being filmed by them, and they were laughing because it was so horrible and ridiculous at the same time. He's so smart. His speech was marvelous, and it landed him on the news all across the country and all around the world. But they took that and they opened an organization called Sea Alliance. And they have done magnificent things. They have helped to build up the LGBTQ community here in Sarasota, and they have helped turn the tide against white nationalism, white supremacy, a number of different things. Ooh, I have a big bruise on my arm. These young kids, and I get to work with them, and it makes me so proud. It makes me so proud and so happy. So anyway, I'm sorry if this is braggadocio, but you never know when your alliances are going to come along, and you never know who they are. I've been here for 7 years, and I hated most of my time here, and it was nothing but struggle. And it is now, the tide has turned. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, you just never know. So let's keep hanging in there and doing all this stuff. And I'll try and keep you updated. So I'm Beck Lane. That's 15 minutes you have just killed with me. Oh, by the way, for the opening tonight, it's like after 9 o'clock at night. That's why I'm talking really softly. But for the opening tonight, Barbara and Elizabeth, who run this space, said, do you want wine and cheese? And I said, I don't want any wine here. I don't want any alcohol. Yeah, but everybody does. I go, I don't care what everybody does. I don't care. I said, I absolutely hate it when people go to openings to get free booze. I hate them. And they're always the most condescending. They always the loudest, always the smartest people in the room. I don't want it. What I would really like is just bottled water, maybe some juice boxes, some Twinkies and Little Debbies. And they laughed and they did it. They brought that. They also brought grown-up food, cheese and crackers and that kind of thing, grapes. So everybody was like, oh, Twinkies. I put it out online and in different social media that there would be Twinkies and Little Debbies. And people were like, oh my God, Twinkies, and I haven't had Twinkies in forever. So that was really cool. People showed up. I had people coming in here long after we closed down. And so I was giving out Twinkies. It was delightful. It made for a delightful evening. So if you're thinking about having a reception, you do not have to do wine and cheese. You don't have to do wine and cheese. Have some fun, for crying out loud. So I'm gonna close this down now, take some heartburn medication and have another Twinkie for the night and celebrate. Anyway, that's it. I'm Beck Lane. This is Catalyst and Company. All right, Carrie, you ready? Oh, Carrie Keiss, I got your message. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of 50,000 things. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you in a little bit, okay? Ciao. Boink.